Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I'm your host Mario with my co-host
I'm
Mark.
outta here. This is
Hi,
anti-ego.
how you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing swell, man. I'm doing fantastic. The reason I wore such a tie today is because in this past week, the Mario movie came out. So
Did it?
in honor
Wow.
in honor of that, it comes out this Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
But like by the time this comes out, it will
I
have
got
been
you,
last week.
got you. Okay, I was about to say. I'm like, damn, I don't remember even hearing about it coming out.
That's called being in the business, baby. You gotta
Got you.
you gotta think ahead.
Dress for what you know.
Yeah. How dedicated are you to your craft? Where are your overalls, Mark?
Probably somewhere in my like childhood attire, and somewhere deep down in there. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, the movie came out. Kind of want to see it. But like, I don't know how deep in depth we got in with this movie. Like, what are your thoughts on it since we've seen like multiple trailers and it's like days away or days in the past?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think like the idea for a Mario movie is way overdue. I think that's something that should have came out so long ago. And I mean, they did, but it
Yeah,
was
but it was
like,
just poorly done.
yeah. But I feel like now with so much how like technology has been and everything like that, you find it such a surprise that something like that hasn't came out with the idea of how popular Mario is, not only in this country but in Japan, like like all that. You know what I mean? So it is kind of crazy, but. Like I said, I think the idea is cool. I just feel like personally, I don't think they like executed it as well as I think I wanted it to be. I don't know. Maybe it's the idea that they're using so many popular voice actors to do
Yeah, but
these
that's what
roles.
they're.
I know,
That's Hollywood, baby.
but like it's an animated movie. How much do you need to have like popular actors to do voices?
Yeah, and they're not even like some of them aren't even like voices that stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like you think about certain names or voices out there, where it's just like, all right, like Snoop, you could pick out Snoop's voice in a room of 1,000 people. You think
This is
about
true.
like Gilbert Gottfried, rest in peace. You hear his voice, you know exactly what you're hearing.
Yeah.
But these aren't those type of guys.
Not to mention those type of people too. Well, not Snoop Dogg, but someone like Gilbert Godfrey. He also did like voice acting for other characters too. So like he was kind of like doing it already. A lot of these people who are doing it is like probably either their first time doing it or haven't done it in like a lot of stuff.
With the exception of Jack Black.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Which great casting.
Yeah, like I said, there's certain people that I feel like was like it's pretty good to like see them do those roles, but some I just feel like it just doesn't flow, and I feel like it's just the idea that they have so many like popular like actors doing these voices, and I'm just like, why do you need all these like popular actors just to do
Sell
the
tickets,
voices?
baby.
But it's not. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think it should be good. I mean, this, I guess the story, I mean, I don't know how the story is supposed to be. Again, you're basing this off a video game, so I
Yeah.
don't really know how it's supposed to like where it starts and what's the conflict, but
I feel like like I'm happy that Jack Black is playing Bowser. I feel like that's perfect. Donkey Kong, I love that Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong. Princess Peach, I feel like the girl that they chose to voice Princess Peach, she just gives off Princess Peach vibes. Like if there was to be a live action, it would be her. The girl from Queen's Gambit. I don't know if you watched that show.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't see it. If I'm being honest, she's just so straight faced and so like straightforward. I don't see her being so like cheerful like Peaches.
Not cheerful, just her energy just gives off
Oh.
like, I don't know. Maybe because
Okay.
she was in Queen's Gambit, she just gives off princess type of vibes.
Okay.
Now mind you, I'm not gonna say that. I'll stop. So yeah, that's cool. Luigi, not really too crazy. What?
Like that's what I'm saying. No, because you're saying Luigi. Because isn't Luigi
Bull from Always Sunny, or not Always Sunny? Motherfucking.
Wait, then who's playing?
Am I confusing it? Let me just pull up the
I
cast.
thought it was Keenan or.
No, he's not Luigi.
Then who was he?
He's like Toad.
Oh, you're right.
I might be wrong, but like he's like not Luigi
I could
for
have
sure.
sworn I thought he was Luigi. Okay, that makes sense then. Like again, like why? That's just so weird.
All right, I'm gonna just run through this real quick so we have it.
You're right though.
So Anya Taylor-Joy, Princess Peach. Sorry, I got that wrong. Yeah, Charlie Day is Luigi. Charlie Day is from It's Always Sunny, like I said. Horrible Bosses.
Wait, who is that guy?
I can show you a photo if you'd like.
I think I know exactly.
He was in Monsters University.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's Luigi.
Okay.
How old is he?
He's pretty funny guy.
47.
It's a pretty funny guy.
Jack Black Bowser. Keegan Michael Key is Toad.
Okay, yeah.
Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong, which is really good. Fred Armisen is like straight to jail. It's like, oh, you
Okay.
too hot, straight to jail.
Oh, okay.
Too cold, straight to jail.
Oh yeah. I remember.
And then after that, it just kind of gets like I'm not really. Kevin Michael Richardson is Kamek, which is one of like the smaller minions. Foreman Spike is played by Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know why. Nor do I know what is Spike. Just like another. I think it's Spike. Yeah. Carrie Payton is the Penguin King, which he's been in Teen Titans Go, The Walking Dead. Okay, so he has Teen Titans Go and the Lego movies. So he has voice acting experience. And then Charles Martinet, which is the original voice of Mario, is in it, but he's not playing Mario. You want to know who is playing Mario?
Of course, everybody.
Chris fucking Pratt. Piece of shit Chris Pratt for no reason. You know, Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy and shit. He's playing Mario.
Like, I don't mind him doing his live action roles, but I just don't know what he did and where he was at to be able to have this role be brought up to him. I just don't know how that happened.
And I mean, genius of him to just be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. But
of course, if that opportunity is given to you, shit, I would have said yes too, even if I sound nothing like Mario.
And now I honestly just made this. I just thought of this just now, where I was just like, why the fuck would they put him instead of the actual Mario in there? And it's like, if you look at the rest of the cast, imagine Charles Martinet, right? The guy who sounds exactly like Mario, the voice you've known your entire life. Just like, let's go. All that shit. And then he's talking.
You want to do it?
I would love to.
You sound way better.
Did it sound good?
Yeah,
oh,
it sound
okay.
way better than Chris Pratt. I could have pictured that right now in the movie. I would have been like, okay, that's
Call me, please. Illumination. Hit me up. That is a dream of mine.
Yeah.
To do voice acting in some way, shape, or form. If somebody's doing a fucking student film, I don't care what it is. If you want me to voice act, I'll voice act.
Yeah, voice acting, I think, is like a great opportunity if you could do it.
I feel like I'm not an impressionist at all, but I'm like right below that. You know what I mean? Like I have like my moments where I sound like somebody, but then I just lose it. So I feel like I need more practice.
Yeah, I think for a lot, like, I don't know, maybe because we watch cartoons so much that we just weren't able to, like, feel like we can do it. But it's just that idea, like, if I was to be there and as long as they just help me and they show me like, okay, like in this scene you need to be like super, super excited. Like, and I'll just be like, I'll try it. I'll be like, fuck it, I'll just keep doing it until they tell me what I need to do. Like, okay, tone down a little bit on this, do a bit more on that. I think it'll be easy. I think for the most part, I'll be like, I could do it.
I love the idea of it. So that's like a bucket list thing for me. But back to my point. So you think about like Charles Martinet, he sounds like let's go like that, right? And then he's talking to like Keegan Michael Key and like Jack, like the people that don't sound like these characters at all, and it seems like they're not forcing them to. It's gonna sound so off place when he's killing it, and he's around all these guys that just sound mad regular. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, like these characters all have voice actors from the game. Like you can just ask them to do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
and there are people who don't have crazy names that just know how to sound like these characters. There's people on fucking TikTok that sound exactly like Toad, unironically. Like they just have high pitched voices, so they know how to like sound like it. Or Kirby. Yo, a Smash movie will go stupid.
Yeah,
the Smash Brawl story.
It needs to be put into the right hands. Yeah. That's the only thing. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would have really appreciated and got really excited for this movie if it was people that nobody I didn't know at all. I'd rather have been like no name art, like
because I feel like the idea of Mario itself is strong enough to carry.
Yeah, like
as long as you execute the movie well, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I don't think you need to know like, oh wow, that's Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
like I feel like that's taking away.
I don't give a fuck.
That's taking away.
Maybe if you want to make him a writer. Like if you want him to write the story, I trust Seth Rogen to make a funny like Mario story.
Yeah, exactly. But I just personally feel like,
or Keegan.
Yeah, I personally feel like your talent is better off like being in a real actual movie rather than you doing voice acting. When clearly there's other people, like you said, that sound probably so much closer to the actual role. And then just do it, just do it.
I'm already dressed.
Exactly, just adapt his face or whatever, Just make him a little more brown, Puerto Rican Mario. But yeah, that's just how I feel with that because I just think it'll be better. But now that you have these, high, actors, doing these voice roles, it's just like I feel like a lot of people are going to be focused on that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm afraid of because then people are going to judge it off of the way they are, and then it's like that has nothing to do with it, like you said. I don't know, but I hope it does good. To see something like this, like I said, that should have been done so long ago. With the amount of remakes they make of everything, you would have thought Mario would be something, with how popular it's been. So.
Yeah. And I mean, Sonic kind of made a turnaround. Like from when we first saw what Sonic
I
was,
think the
I don't know
world,
how they signed off on that. I thought that was gonna be okay. Like I was so glad we bullied them into like fixing that.
bro, the world. I think that is one of the few moments again that the world all came together in peace and harmony.
Yeah.
We all came
Pokemon
together.
Go,
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie,
Yeah,
and the Adult Swim trend on TikTok.
yeah,
That was the only times the world knew like peace.
yeah. Because I feel like there's no other time where we all like agreed, but those things, yes, we all agreed like this was stupid.
Yeah, and I'm so glad they fixed it. Like, and then there's just like those photos are still out there.
Yeah, they are.
So like the fact that they switched them, actually, why was it so hard to make it look like Sonic in the first place? Why would you ever think to go away from that? I just don't understand it.
I mean,
Was it like what we're gonna find out in the future? Was it part of the marketing for the movie to piss people off that much?
I don't know, but
And it was never intended to come out when it was supposed to come
they
out.
probably just genuinely thought what they made was going to be fine. But again, like it just makes no sense. There should have been somebody in that room that looked at that and was like, "What the hell is this?"
The only time that's okay is if it's an original idea. Don't take something that's been around for 30 years
Yeah,
and fuck with it.
yeah. Especially in the video game community,
Bruh, like that's people's lives. Like
Yeah.
people have that tattooed on their body and shit. Like
yeah. That shit was stupid.
if you want to sell, keep it to the source material. Like we don't even care that it's the same story.
Yeah, that's how you know though. It was just like they really did fuck up because how easy it was to just change it. It was not that. I mean, they did have to push it back, but again, like it wasn't that hard. You could have did it the first time, but for some reason,
Yeah.
that idea y'all thought was good.
And then they just had it on point after. Then they brought Jim Carrey in, and supposedly he's a good Eggman. I haven't seen either of the movies yet,
Neither have I.
or Detective Pikachu, which that one
Neither
was
have
like
I.
they made it look accurate.
I seen like the beginning part of that movie actually. I never watched anything like past like first 15 minutes or 10.
But yeah, honestly, like if I could at least one time like be a part of, because I'm never gonna learn Japanese, but if I was able to do a dub for an anime, I don't care what the anime is. Before I die, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the shittiest anime. I just want to say I'm out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm about to like legit go home and like start like doing free voice acting jobs or something. I really want to do this. Like now,
Yeah.
like I've always wanted to, but I'm just like, yo, like in my head I was like, oh, like maybe one day. But it's like, all right, what if I just start even for free? Don't be surprised if you pop on Spotify and you hear me.
It'd be on like the fucking the lo-fi.
Yeah. Cause like in my head I was like, yo, I don't have like a voice acting voice. Like I'm not like
See, and I feel like people say that though, but they're just unaware of. They think of all the voices they've heard
mhm.
in the past time and watch stuff that they just feel like they don't have a voice. to
Yeah.
speak. But I feel like that's so wrong. You just gotta, kind of shape it a little bit.
And that's what I was I kind of had this like little argument with myself in my head where I was just like, all right, like I don't have like the coming to a theater near like that shit. Like, but
Yeah.
a voice is a voice. So it's like if I'm just putting myself out there and like everybody's just winging it. Like as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. And everybody's just winging it. Even when you get to a point where like there's a lot of money being involved. Like even with work, I talk to people where it's like, oh, like y'all are like important people at your job and like y'all are just regular as hell. Like y'all go home to a wife and like y'all not special. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm saying you're just a regular guy too. You just like
I could be in your position. in a way,
anybody, like
yeah.
literally anybody can be in any position. And a lot of the times, unless you're like a fucking doctor and shit where you had to like put in 10 years of work and practice, who are you really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially
Like
like in a business role, there's a lot of like roles like that where it's like I could do the same thing too if I was just given the opportunity.
yeah, like you just have a degree and you stuck around long enough to get to this position. So you're not some wizard. In some cases, some people are just genuinely gifted at certain things.
yeah.
But like a lot of the times it's really not that. So, and in voice acting, there are people who are truly talented. Like I'm not saying like I'm gonna be like the top voice actor, like fucking I forget his name off the top of my head, but the guy who did Spike and like Samurai
Yeah.
Champloo and like a million other things, Toonami, all that shit. Like he's gifted and he has a voice where it's just like, yo, it's so cool and it does really well. I know I'm not that guy either because he's just somebody who's special.
Yeah.
But I know I got to play somewhere.
True.
Even if it's on a Netflix show that gets canceled after 3 episodes, I don't care.
He's like, I was there.
Yeah, like that's all I just want to say that I did it.
Right, yeah. I feel that exact same thing. I think voice acting would be cool. I think in general.
I'll do you one better. Not even on Netflix. Put it on Tubi. I don't
Put it
care.
on Tubi, as long as it's there somewhere out there. I just think, like, yeah. I think in general, when you have a voice playing something, like whether if it's in a Marvel movie or anything, like I just think that's just gonna stay there. You know, like your voice is out there playing a character. I'm like, that's so tough. Like, anytime someone hears that, character or whatever, that's your voice that they're playing through their head. I'm like, that's so tough.
Or even just like if they were to hear it ever, they'd just be like, "Oh my god, like you're this person."
Yeah.
You think about like Prince Zuko or like shit like that. Like,
true, yeah. Or you just like started walking the street and all of a sudden you just heard someone speaking like,
they're like, do the line.
yeah. Or is he like the guy who plays like Goku, like
Yeah.
because that shit be so
He
crazy.
just has him. He's like, go Super Saiyan right now. He's like, I gotta save it for the next season, bro. I can't be.
Fucking goes lightheaded.
Yeah. But yeah, we should go see the movie genuinely, and then come back and like just talk about it. Because last time we went to the movies and it didn't go so hot, and I genuinely believe, I'll say this now before this movie comes out, I feel as though that this is gonna have. My bold prediction is that it's gonna sell more than Avatar, than the second one that just came out. Okay. Between the star cast and Mario and Illumination, and the way they're gonna force this movie down everybody's throat, I feel like it's gonna be one of the top selling movies.
Yeah, I could.
It's gonna pass $1 billion.
I could see that, mainly because one, it caters to kids, it caters to the old crowd, and yeah, like I said, I think Mario has gotten to a certain popularity because you talk about before the Switch. I would definitely say if this movie came out before the Switch came out, it probably wouldn't have done that great.
Really?
Yeah, because I just feel like the Switch has made a lot of people turn into like
Nintendo fans.
Yeah, and gamers. Because like you think about it, something so little, I feel like people are so fine getting. I think the idea of having a huge console, like how the Wii was with the Wii U, kind of almost like scared people to usually like get games, systems, whatever. But I feel like
it feels casual.
Yeah, it feels so casual now.
I mean, so does a Game Boy, but I guess it's just different time.
Yeah, like I said,
it's just DS.
I just feel like people are growing up from when they were starting to grow up and they were just like, oh, don't play video games and all that. We just ended up playing video games. But people who didn't,
the new adults started.
Yeah, exactly. The people who didn't though when they were growing up now are getting Switches and stuff, and they're starting to adapt to that. Kids are getting them because parents are like, oh, sure, it's something small. They can have it now with them when we take them out grocery shopping, So there's like that type of thing. So I think it definitely is gonna do good because of that.
I did it for my mom's birthday. I got her like I bought like an emulator and just put hella Game Boy DS games and like PlayStation games on there. She's just been NES games, like all that shit. Like, and she's just like, oh my God, what have you done? it's like an HD screen and shit. And like I bought it.
What's crazy? It's funny is that with you could tell where you got your gaming side from. I don't know where the hell I got my
bro, dead ass though. Like you would think it would be like, oh, like my dad. Not at all.
Not at all.
Like my dad, like he like was born and grew up in PR, so he's used to just being outside and like doing shit like that. And I'm like that too. Like I have that part of him too. DIY. But like my music and my video game taste is my mom 1000%. Like growing up, if I got stuck playing something, I would pass the controller to her and she would beat it.
That's funny. Yeah, with me, I genuinely don't know where mine came from. I just had cousins that played it a bunch. They came over to my dad's house and then we would play it. And I think that's really just how it came about. But as far as who played it, actually, no, I do know. My uncle on my dad's side, he passed away a couple years ago. But he used to always play games. He used to play Skyrim, all that, bro. Even when he was like old as hell, like I said, before he passed away, he used to always play games. And we would go over to Virginia because that's where he lived. And he'd be playing. And we just always be like, you're so old, but you're still playing games. Like we're just like, why? And like it would just be so funny because he'd be in like deep, like just focused, like playing that John. So I think that's where I got it from. But as
bet
far
you he was happy as fuck.
Yeah, but I would say if anything, definitely none from my dad. but probably a little bit from my mom because I know she used to always like play Tetris like
Hmm.
crazy. Bro, I remember when we first were at Franklin Street, we had the computer. Whenever there was just free time, I know she would just be on that just playing it. And I'm just like, yo, she plays this so much for no reason. Like, I can't play that for that long. But yeah, so that's where I would say I get it from. But it's kind of funny to think about it.
Yeah. So hopefully this movie is. I at least feel like it's gonna be funny. Like I hope they like put adult jokes in there just
I hope
for the
so.
sake
Yeah.
of it,
I mean, like I said, the
or
way
or like
who it caters.
references where you'd be like, ah.
Yeah, like I hope, like you said, it caters to both crowds. So maybe, but I don't know.
The thing that's like I'm kind of conflicted on though, low key, is from what I've seen from trailers is like obviously it's Super Mario World and shit, but it's I think it's technically the Super Mario Bros. Movie or something, but I feel like they're combining so much into one because I've seen from the trailers it's like, oh, he's like in Super Mario World, but then there's also Mario Kart and he's like on Rainbow Road at one point, I think, or at least just driving on a cart.
Yeah, I
So it's
think
like I feel like you're meshing a lot into one. And then I seen like it's like Bowser and then like the Ice King's there and Donkey Kong. That's like 5 games
yeah,
like into one.
that's what. Yeah, it's definitely I would say really close to like Wreck It Ralph, just because
Yeah,
they have so many characters. I mean, granted, they're all from different games, but
which they were all made by the same people, I
yeah, but
believe.
the
So
idea is that it's in a video game world, but you take Mario, which again has been out for so long, why which is why I say it's so long overdue with the idea that they now are putting everything that's been created by in the Mario world together in this movie. So
yeah, like I feel like I would have been better off making it into a series of movies, like
true. I think that probably would have been cool.
because
Yeah.
you can just focus on one story and like make it what it is and have them go
Yeah.
to 8 castles and each time it not be the right one.
True. That would be a little redundant, but the idea of like the type of games that have come out, like the Super Mario games, whatever, just kind of like,
Odyssey,
yeah, like those.
Sunshine. Sunshine would be gas.
Mario
Galaxy,
Galaxy, bro, that joke would have been crazy.
Luigi's
Oh man,
Mansion.
yeah,
That'd be a cute little movie to make.
damn.
See, like, why aren't they taking that route?
Then I don't know. It's
You
like
know what I
in
mean?
my head, I'm
Because they
really
already have those titles where it's like there's a full blown story there. Like,
yeah. In my head, I'm just like, bro, I just want to go over there and talk to them, be like, yo, like, just don't release this movie. I beg of you, please.
yeah.
Rethink about this. You can make so much more money, but also make great movies that people are gonna constantly watch.
And then just a Mario, like a Mario Kart movie where it's almost just like fucking like cars, where it's just like
True.
you do the 4 races and shit, and like, they talk shit in between or whatever.
Yeah.
You get to win the whatever trophy. Baseball. Bro, there's so much you can do here, and they're
It's-
not doing it. They're just meshing it all into one, hoping it sticks, and then maybe they do it later. Just make Mario Sunshine the movie, have Samuel L. Jackson voice the little water thing on his back, and just let Chris Pratt rock out. I promise you I'll go see it.
I'm dead. You said Samuel Jackson.
Just have somebody just that it wouldn't make sense.
True.
Gilbert Gottfried's not around anymore, so it's tough. So Samuel L. Jackson has,
I-
or Snoop. Snoop would be good too.
I definitely would not want Gilbert Gottfried to play that because I feel like that thing would be talking 24/7, and I would not want to hear that voice through the whole movie.
Just Snoop, just
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a couple actors.
Samuel. I think Samuel is a good option. Good
Yeah.
shock factor.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's one of those voices where it's one of those things where they don't reveal who plays like that. That's even a character
Hmm.
until you watch it. And you just all of a sudden hear his voice. And you're like, no way.
Honestly, man, I don't know why we're not in Hollywood yet. So no.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like I said, the amount of like ideas. It's just so easy. Like I don't know. Like they'll make a series out of something that has no business being a series, and then be like, we're trying to make money off of it. But then something that's so easy and clear to make like a series out of, they just like, eh.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess not that I really want to be a part of all that stuff because, like, I feel like like in theory on the outside looking out, I was like, oh, like that'd be cool. But it's like, I feel like it's so weird over there and like the way it's like obviously for us it would just be like, oh, like, why don't you just do this? It's so obvious. But we don't know like the little weird legal shit that they got to jump through and like
I guess
who's directing it and people you got to like please in there, like the politics
I
of
mean,
Hollywood. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's the issue with dealing with certain gaming stuff is because you got to deal with the parent company, which
the
is
IPs and
Nintendo and all that, So who knows? Who knows if you're even gonna hear any Mario music in the actual movie?
isn't it like with Nintendo though in some way, or is it
I
not?
mean, sure, but whether or not they actually able to use all that stuff, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's to say they're like, yeah, you can use Mario, but you can't use any of the music? That's some shit I would see like Nintendo saying.
I at least heard like the do 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 do, and
But it's
that's all
probably
I.
gonna be like some remix. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like nothing in it's gonna be like original. It's
Yeah.
gonna be some type of like flip or twist to it.
And you know what else pissed me off that I just thought about now that I forgot to mention earlier? Where the fuck is Yoshi? I ain't see Yoshi.
It's a sequel, bro.
I swear to, if we gonna wait a whole other movie to see Yoshi, bro, just put him in the first one. Could they not find a voice actor? Was Samuel L. Jackson busy?
Well, Samuel Jackson's too busy. They're gonna put The Rock as Yoshi. That's some shit I would see.
No, he gotta.
That is
No,
some
he
shit I
he gotta
would
be
see.
the Womp Bull.
I
gotta
bet
be
you
that-
he won't. I bet you they'll put somebody else. Like that's what I'm saying. Like all the voice actors they had, I don't know why Keegan is Toad. That just it makes no sense.
He doesn't. He can't do like he can't do all high pitch
Maybe
like
he
that.
can, but it's just so random. Like I would not expect it.
You know how you could put in there, and she would have been able to do the voice of Toad well because I've heard it, and she has like star factor, and it would have worked, and she would have loved to do it. Doja Cat. Doja Cat has sounded like Toad before, like, and she's like a star and shit.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if she'd be able to sound like Toad's a boy, right? Yeah, because then there's Toadette. Like, would she be able to sound like a
Mhm.
boyish Toad? Because she has
Just
like
get
a
the
feminine
woman
voice.
Just get the woman who's played whatchamacallit, Timmy, and all those people.
Bro, there's all those people out there, and they still don't use her. She was probably busy because she voices fucking everybody.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, Tara Strong,
Oh yeah.
but
Wow, I didn't realize there was no Yoshi.
that shit threw me off, bro.
No Yoshi, and what's the other one? Oh,
That we know of at least.
Birdo.
Yeah. Then you get in too deep, and then now you got too many side characters in there.
Oh, sorry, so many side characters. I guess that's why they decided to put the whole fucking ice fucking world in there. with
The Penguin
penguins.
King.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, we couldn't add Yoshi, a person who they try to put in every game already. But okay, whatever.
What can you do? We shall see. I have high hopes for it just because I love Nintendo and things Mario and whatnot. And I feel like when you think of gaming, you probably just picture Mario for the most part for most people. So hopefully it turns out. Seems like we're gonna get a lot of video game movies in the future. So
if there was to be like, what would be the next like video game movie you think that would come out?
That would come out, or that like I would want to see?
I guess both. Like one that you would want to see, but one that you think is probably in the works or like thought up already that you probably think is going to come out within the next like I guess 5 years.
That's tough. There's so many because there's so many that are already being made. Like Destiny's already being made, Halo was already made, Uncharted was already made. I believe Tomb Raider has been made a bunch of times.
Angelina Jolie.
There's a lot of other stuff out there that's like already in the process. Resident Evil's been made. Mortal Kombat's been made. They had one in like recent years.
Did Street Fighter get made?
There are Street Fighter movies.
There is a Street Fighter movie. I remember it. I actually went to the movies and watched it. I remember
there are
that
Street Fighter movies out there, but they haven't it's been years since one. And I know there's animated ones out there too that you can watch.
Dragon Ball Z was shit.
Dragon Ball Z was terrible. One Piece is being made.
Yes, I remember. I see that.
Death Note was made, but that's not a video game. We're getting off track.
Yeah. No animes.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of the stuff has been made. I feel like The Last of Us was made, and that was a big one for me. That I was like, it needs to be a show. Damn, do you have one?
There is one that I would like to see, but I personally feel like they wouldn't execute it that great. Just off of me thinking of it right now, just off of the fact that it might be. I don't want it to be live action. If it was to be anything, I want it to be animated. But I don't know. But Zelda.
Yes.
But I don't know how the route it would really be best to go, whether live action or animated.
It would just have to be animated and keep it looking like the game itself. But they're not going to do that.
Because Zelda, to me personally, now at least now, is getting to the point where it's looking really, really realistic, and I love it.
Breath of the Wild shit.
Yeah, but now to turn that into a movie, if you tried to do that animated, you really got to make it super realistic. Like,
Hmm.
and I don't know if they'll be able to do that, which is why I feel like they would end up going the live action route, which is what I'm afraid of. Because then if they pick somebody who looks terrible, they try to make him dress ass, I would be so upset.
Yeah. Tekken has been made. You watched the Tekken anime? It was
Not
ass.
the anime. It was ass. It was ass.
Borderlands is being made, which honestly I'm kind of excited for if they do it right because Kevin Hart's gonna be in it, and we'll see how that goes. Claptrap will be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like so many of the big names are being made, so it's kind of tough.
Sure.
Cuphead has already been made.
Yo, you know it would be a tough one, bro.
What?
Overwatch.
That would be tough, but they probably would never.
I just feel like
the animation is already like looks good enough where they could do it, but
That's what I'm
that probably
saying.
would have been my answer.
Just like because there's so much story that's already there, but nobody really knows about because you only
Like,
see like short.
You just hear like the
clips.
aftermath.
Yeah, I feel like a story of how everything happened and then how it's going now would be amazing.
Yeah. Will they though? Probably not.
Don't worry, we'll just keep our emails open for the companies out there that are willing to work with us.
Yeah, I'll be Torbjorn or something. I don't care. Yeah.
Molten coal. That's all I hear you in the back.
Just in my voice, not even trying.
Right?
Molten coal.
They're like, what?
No, yeah, but they probably try and force it to do live action just because people are horny and they want to see Diva fucking pop out and shit in May.
I'll be Zenyatta.
Just wear the suit and shit. Damn.
Peace and harmony.
Yeah. What else? There was another one that I forgot that I was gonna say that was already been made.
Be Lucio.
Oh
shit.
man.
Okay, done.
Damn. What else is out there? I feel like one that would be cute if they wanted to like sell sell tickets and like really get shit out there. Kirby. Like I feel like.
Yeah, Kirby could be a good one. I say.
Cause I don't know if you've ever read like the books of Kirby, but they're fucking funny as shit. And like they got fucking King Dedede and shit. But yeah, there's a lot out there. Pokemon, they've made a million fucking movies. Call of Duty, they haven't made a show out of Call of Duty, have they?
No,
they're missing the train on that.
It would be kind of pointless at this point.
Metal Gear Solid. Is there a Metal Gear Solid movie?
I feel like there is.
Then they did a terrible job because I don't remember seeing that shit. Gears of War.
Gears of War would be a good one.
Assassin's Creed was made, but I don't think anybody watched that.
That came out. That was a thing.
I'm like 30% sure, like not more than 30, like 70% sure. Far Cry. I said Far Cry a while ago that I feel like it should have been made.
Yeah, Far Cry I feel like has a more realistic story that can really
actually be made. And with Far Cry, and I said this, I'm like 90% sure. Oh no, I said this for somebody else, but like I saw this one Giancarlo Esposito when he became one of the villains for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's kind of like difficult, I guess now, but I was saying like to have a character that's almost like Childish Gambino, like This Is America Childish Gambino, or like Conor McGregor when he was off his shit. I feel like they will make good like Far Cry villains. But if you make a Far Cry 3, yeah, 3 is the one with the Hispanic bull. I feel like that'd be a great movie. But I don't think they'll ever make it. What was I about to check? What movie did they make? Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
I feel like that would be a cool movie because it's just like all stealthy and shit. Or wait, is it being made? They'll be playing it.
Have they made a Final Fantasy movie? I feel like they have.
Final Fantasy, probably. Supposedly it's like in the process of being made, and I like who is considered to be cast as Snake.
Who?
The bull from Moon Knight. Oscar Isaac.
Okay, yeah, but being like a voice actor?
Nah, like he gonna be him.
Oh, he's gonna be him. I can see it. Good choice.
But yeah, Overwatch for sure will probably be like the number one answer.
Overwatch would be tough, bro.
Just because, and just hear that music.
Exactly. Like there's There's a good way to do it, good and healthy way to do it.
Hmm.
Don't be like how this Mario is, where they're just shoving everything as far as they're trying to like introduce
Everybody's
every
backstory.
character. Like no,
Just do the
just
original cast
show
and then
yeah,
expand.
like show the original. Don't You don't even have to show the full original in the first movie. Just show enough to where you just think like, okay, cool, we got the characters we wanted to see.
Some building blocks.
Like show Tracer, cool. Show Reinhardt, that's a must. I don't If you're not doing that, I don't know why. Winston, like you got like your main like people that you need to have in there. As long as you do that, that's all you need. You don't need to show all DLC characters. I don't need to see Arista just showing up out of nowhere. Like I don't need to do that.
Yeah, they could just do like little tidbit hints. It's like, oh, like they're coming in the next one.
Exactly. Like, or they like reference them. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, we couldn't get a hold of
Such and such, and
such
it's
and
like,
such.
oh
But
shit.
at least like, okay, that person's in there. Like we can't get a
Yeah.
hold of Anna,
Mhm.
she's busy and wherever, handling something else.
So yeah, they caught up in Blizzard World. We'll get them next time.
Blizzard World.
But yeah, that was a good talk. Hopefully, you see the movie's good. Running short on time though. So Mark, where can they find you?
You can find me Instagram, etc Marky Mark, Twitter, Marky Mark as well. Victor, where can they find you and etc. at?
Find me at Super Mario World. I want to go to the Universal Studios Super Mario World too. I want to go to that. But I think they built one in California now, but I'm not sure. But
Think
there's
so.
definitely one in Tokyo. But you find me everywhere at realist or etc. at real etc. Emails real.etc@gmail.com. Find me everywhere at etc Victor. If you don't feel like spelling that, it's all in the description. Love you guys. Appreciate all the love. We on our way to 1,200 subs already, and we growing and we going. We ain't going nowhere. See you guys next week. Bye.